Servicide. Hi, I'm Dylan Burnworth. When I first started to make this film, I wanted it to be an educational tool for people to be able to learn coyote trapping. But what ensued over a couple months span became much more than that. I got bit by the trapping bug, you could say. Not only does the following film act as a guide to learn from, but it's also my story and experiences of how I learned to trap. I think the best place to start this story would be at the beginning, and it all points back to one guy, Mike Dyer. When I first met Mike, he had showed me multiple newspaper articles and an award that he had been presented over the years.
My name's Mike Dyer, and I've been trapping for 52 years. I started at 9 years old, and it just gets into your blood. I grew up next to a mink ranch, and the old guy, my mentor, was a good fox trapper, and we saw a lot of stuff, and so when it was time for us to do it, it just got real natural.
Let's start with the basics. Here's the gear loadout, and how to use it.
So this is a basic starter kit for coyote trapping. Before we can proceed in this video, we would have to assume that you've already had this and dyed and waxed your traps.
This is the number 3 Bridger trap that I use. This is the way I do it. I put it on the backs of my hands and just kind of roll it, and then you can put your hand across it that way, flip it over. I still like the doggone traps. There's nothing wrong with the other style. The longer chains on them, I like them about 18 inches. You have the 3 swivels on them. I like the wire screen to use on the bigger traps. On these pan covers, a lot of people have troubles with them, and what I do is you want them curled up. You curl them up like that, and you can see it. You put a little dimple in it right there on each corner, right where the jaws are, and you don't want to put it on that way, it'll bubble up. Put it on the opposite way, and just slide these in, and it'll lay right flat. You see how flat it lays right here, down in the corner. And you want it past the jaws on both ends, and you can see how nice it lays right there. And that's exactly what you want. These are some of the lures that I use. I like Carmen's and Blackies. I've had good luck with Roostat's bait, and this is Mustang Sally, and several of Caven's are very good. I don't change up much from summer to winter. I just change the amount. I don't use much in the winter, but in the summer you only need about a drop. They have such a great nose that you can overpower them.
Now that we've covered some basics, it's time to load up some gear and hit the road.
Look at that.
There's one last tool that I would like to mention that definitely could make your trapping experience a heck of a lot easier, and that's a catch pole.
We're going to release this gray fox. Here in Ohio we have more bobcats than we do grays. I would like to see it make a comeback. I have a catch pole here. These are the more expensive ones, but they're well worth it. I modified it a little bit. I put a piece of rope on here, and the reason for that is I've had them almost run off with my catch pole. So what I do is I just turn it, make it a loop, and I'll cinch it to me, because there's a point there where you're releasing the trap, and you got both hands off the catch pole. So here we go. Don't want to hurt him. got him out of the trap now. We're gonna turn him back into the wild. We hope they get a lot more of them here.
Now for some knowledge of where you'd want to
As
set your
location
traps.
goes, you don't need to cover every corner of the field with a trap. We're out in here pretty much in the middle of the field, but the wind's coming out of the west, and I like to set these higher spots because it drains when you get a lot of rain, and they like to be up on the high spots anyway where they can see around. They're so paranoid. This is a standout point on a travel route. They're coming out of the hollow behind us and following the road all the way down. When they come up to this place, they see that, and every coyote that sees it, it just stands out, and they know other coyotes will check it out too.
Here I've overlaid a topo map to show the path they're taking to the standout point. Howling, tracks, feces, kickbacks, and dig holes are all signs.
This is where the coyotes have been digging for mice here, and this is kind of what you're trying to tailor your sets to look like, a natural dig where they're digging for mice.
This coyote was dispatched.
We just got a female coyote here, and I'm going to remake this set. Anyway, ground's a little bit froze here. We're getting close to the road, get a lot of gravel.
Take note of the loose dirt that's in the bottom of this hole.
You can see he dug it out. The original set was a little bit closer. It's the reason I like my longer chains, so you can move the set around if you have to. If he was working it from the side or whatever, I can move it over here, make an adjustment. With a short chain, you can't do that.
Watch how he firmly presses the trap into that loose dirt. This is known as bedding the trap.
There again, he's stepping down into it, which they seem to enjoy doing that. There's no problem getting it down below like that.
It occurred to me that this exact set had been responsible for hundreds, maybe even thousands of coyote deaths at the hands of Mike.
Just trying to make it look as natural as we can.
This is what the set looks like when it's finished. Note how smooth and natural that it looks to the land around it.